Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Kevin. Today is Thursday, the 18th of March 2021, and here is your message and meditation for today. Welcome, and thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed and liked the YouTube channel. Those numbers are creeping up. They could still use a bit more, but that's okay. I'm just grateful to really be able to come and do this every morning. And I got clear last week before, that it matters and it doesn't matter. And I had to look at, well, why does it even matter, and what's the big deal about subscribers and likes and all this. I just like doing what I do because I think it helps. And my goal, if you will, daily goal, is it's like a 1% better campaign. And a 1% or a one person or that one individual, if that's what it takes to lift and learn and grow and do to that one person or that one thing that's a little better than it was, then it's slowly and steadily an improvement. And that's my thing. I just feel like, you know what, just like putting these lights together, the cameras, I talked about that, 1% more, 1% better, just a little 1%. And that 1% to some people can be 10% to somebody else. It's all relative, as long as the intention and the striving forward is improvements, doing something better, doing something more. Which leads us to today's meditation. I'm going to share with you how these miracles are quite outstanding, and hopefully instill upon you that when we strive to do good things, great intentions, miracles really do happen. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, because I probably was where a lot of you are a little while ago, before the pandemonium of the pandemic, of the corona doovadoo la la, and we were all told to shut up, close the doors, and don't breathe on anybody. Okay, that's fine. I'll do as I'm told. I'll comply. No worries. Even though, and this is where it gets to where I can share it now, because I've sort of got behind it, even though I will say just about a year ago, not quite a year ago, my world, like millions and thousands and hundreds of others in all bits of the globe, began to come undone. Starting with the other career I had, which was teaching yoga. I remember having 2 or 3 morning 6 a.m. classes. I'd arrive at the studio about 5:30, leave the house a little after 5, and trundle on down the boulevard and, get in there, open up, chat with whoever the front desk people were there. It was always great. And then welcome people, get them moving for the day, and meditate at the end of it. And anyway, I'm making a big story. And then two on a Saturday. I did an 8 a.m. and I did a 2:30. So by Sunday it was like, I need some time. And all of that in one go went done. There is no more. We can't get there from here. And I remember thinking, gracious, okay, initially glad to have a little bit of time to take a breather, to take a step back. North Carolina said, salons, barbershops, nail salons, blah, 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 bloof, clap, slap, shut down. So I think, okay. And one thing that brought me through it and kept me going was the fact that I'm not doing this on my own. I'm not the only one who's experiencing this. So when I kept hearing, and I'll be honest, that saying, we're all in this together, we're all in this together, we're all in this together, and it kept popping up on the TV, and it kept coming up in different commercials. Yeah, that went all over me. Because the people saying it weren't really struggling, or at least it didn't appear that they were struggling. You know, they're on the television, they got their jobs, they got their stuff, their moolah doulas coming through the door. They ain't got anything to really worry about. I mean, you're all in it together. BS to that mess. What got me out of it, what made me start seeing light, is doing this. Um, I remember one of the greatest managers I ever had slowly convincing me that teaching online classes over Zoom would be a good thing. And what I loved about her is the ability to just gently coax, it'll be okay, it'll be fine, and you'll be okay, you'll do all right. I kept, and I'm not quite there anymore, but I kept thinking about, what does it look like? What does it sound like? Who in the world thinks I can do this? And I had all of that, what do they call that syndrome? Oh, imposter syndrome. Like, I don't do this. Is not me. I'm not good at this, and hence all of this equipment. And I thought, well, at the end of it, I could just flog it on Facebook, whatever. Somebody will come and buy this mess off of me. It'll be all right. Fast forward, opened up in August, and we just kept doing it and kept doing it. And I am so grateful that there are folks out there that get it, that get a kick out of it. I will always try. I will always try and strive to be authentic as much as I can, and try to link the message or whatever it is I'm delivering that day to a way that it lands with people, so it doesn't feel like, who are you pretending to be? This is me. Um, what I will say though is, oddly enough, when everything changes as it has, there is huge real opportunity to fly through and get something else done, to look at other opportunities, look at other avenues, and that's real. That's the reason why I think all this happened, to cause people to wake up and understand, wow, we've got this great big humongous life, and there's possibilities everywhere. Now I've got goosebumps running all the way down my back, so I know my spirits are here. When I get into that mode of really channeling and picking up information, and I get that my skin, my hair on my arms are standing up, that's an indication for me that there's energies in here that are paying attention and likely settling in to deliver whatever it is I'm about to say next. So, with that said, we're going to get to the messages. So, I have Keepers of the Light, which I draw a card from this deck every day. For me, what's my card? And today, the Myriam, which is forgiveness and healing. So these two twin flames, according to legend, showed up to Mary Magdalene at the tomb of Jesus after he had ascended, or after he had been entombed, to offer forgiveness, to offer love, to offer comfort, and to let a grieving woman know you're not on your own. Basically, this prayer or this blessing has, look, Easter lilies. And Easter and springtime is all a time that comes up for us to look at opening up and blasting through. I mean, grass grows quick, so do weeds. Flowers come up. Everything is just coming. My garden is a mess with birds right now. They're all going bonkers out there. As are people. I mean, You know, people want to go to small towns, they want to gather, they want to get around a big table and talk and chat and visit. Prior to the shutdowns and the various health warnings, we were all stuck in our devices. And then we were forced to be stuck in our devices because we couldn't do anything else. Anyway, the prayer around this card says, choose forgiveness in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. So why did I share that one with you? Well, because no coincidence, didn't do this on purpose. These are the cards I pull, or from this deck, I pull for everybody to give a message. First one that came was the loved one in heaven, right? There we go. And it says, thank you, loved ones in heaven, for drawing close to me at this time. And then I do another one that goes along with it, like, what is the theme of the message? Was this individual? And then I pull it together. So the miracle of forgiveness, right? It came up. And this is depicting Archangel Jeremiel, or Jeremiel, however you want to say it. Not Jeremiah, but Jeremiel. And this is, thank you, Jeremiel, for helping me understand and process, understand the process of forgiveness. So what this archangel really is saying is guilt and shame are things that bog us down and lay heavy on our heart, it's a heavy vibration. And what I will say is, folks tend to ask, you know, God, a higher power, the universe, please forgive me. It says in the Lord's Prayer, forgive me my sins, tra-la-la-la. Here's the big thing. Jeremiel, sorry if I'm messing with that name. Jeremiel is the archangel. The message is we don't need to ask God or the universe for forgiveness. And here's why. Whether it's God, whether it's saints, whether whoever it is we're asking to forgive us, they weren't the ones that condemned us in the first place. So think about that. They were not the ones who laid the condemnation at our door. So it doesn't make sense that wherever the condemnation came from, which is in here, that has to be released and forgiven. So, well, then how do these two work together, right? So what's the interpretation of these two energies pulled together? Because this is random. It's not like I sat and said, well, let me sit and rehearse what I'm going to say about this. Many of us, myself included, have lost, as far as physical loss, someone we care about, someone we love, somebody that we had spent time with on this journey that we're in as people, and they've it feels like a tickle. Have you ever had somebody like run their fingertips like down the side of your neck, and it just sends shivers, in good shivers? Like you do that with a kitty cat, you put your hands on their back and they all bristle up. That's what it feels like when spirit guides and angels and people on the other side are around. That's the way they know to let me know that they're here. And I'm sure other people get that same thing too, which is the point. This is why I'm saying this. These loved ones that go to the other side, whether you want to call it heaven, whatever you want to call that, I personally like to call it heaven. I believe that what the only reason why anyone would sort of choose to, in the words, get out of the body and die is because whatever existence they're going to has got to be amazing. It's got to be phenomenal. It's got to be, oh, thank you, let's go. I appreciate it. That's one theory I have. The other theory is it's got to be so familiar. It has to be such a relief, especially when I look at and think about folks who have had a battle with health issues, and unfortunately, the physical body has, finished. It's done. It's done its job. It's done its purpose. Or those who suddenly find themselves in a disaster predicament, whatever that would be. It could be for whatever reason, find themselves quickly being in an accident or anything like that. If you can imagine that soul, that individual, that person who didn't want to feel pain or suffering or have the rest of their life living as nothing like they were before for no reason whatsoever, yes, I would imagine, I would expect someone to say, listen, there's got to be a better way to move on. This is the only way we could do it. What I know from the various channelings I've done, what I know from the various talks I've taken, all from different people, all not related, not like a succession of courses, but what I've learned over the last probably 30 years, since the late 80s, with my first channeling session with a man named Paul McLean down in Hollywood, Florida. More bumps. Is that when a soul, spirit that anchors itself in a physical body leaves, it's fast, it's quick, it's instant. There's no suffering. It's whoosh, gone. I think of it like any living being, any living entity, a flower, a bush, a thing. Once the roots decide this is not the land, this is not the soil, this is not the nurturing I want, it's time to go, it begins to die off. But the actual essence and spirit of whatever that is has already gone. What's left is the shell. What's left is the, for want of a better word, carcass. Horrible thing to say. Don't know why it's horrible. The word itself is horrible. It makes me picture, those abattoirs with dead animals hanging up. Anyway, let's move out of that vision. So, if you have loved ones that you've lost, loved ones that you miss, or even if you're curious, this is another thing that gets me like, ooh, this company ancestry.com, whatever they are, you send off, basically they send you I'm laughing, and I'm not laughing at people who've done it, I'm laughing at the whole process, right? Somebody sends you a package and basically you spit in it and you send it off. And then back in the mail comes all of your ancestry information, and people are fascinated by that, which is fine. Listen, I would be. I've always believed that, okay, well, if I'm meant to connect myself with those hundreds of years behind or hundreds of years ago to find out where I came from, I can do it. But I need to know where I am now, not where all that was. I'm more concerned with what can I do right now that makes a difference. What I do right now is going to make a difference to what happens tomorrow. So for me personally, curiosity, yes. Obsession, no. Not happening. So with that said, these two cards, sorry, I'm going all over the place. If you have someone that has either recently passed or someone that you love, that you care about, and there was some unfinished business, that's what I want to call it, unfinished business, discord, disharmony, issues with your tissues, all of those, and there are regrets that come up underneath it. Should have done it, could have done it, would have done it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. If it lands on a way to bust up and move on, perfect. If it lands in a way that keeps it stuck, no, 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 no. Because it ends up somewhere physical. Its weight, its burden, and we begin to cower in and we begin to feel bad, and then we have this whole, it's not light, it's not bright, and it certainly doesn't do anything to help anybody else. I believe everybody on the planet wants to be loved, deserves to be loved, wants to be seen, deserves to be seen, wants to be acknowledged and deserves to be acknowledged, wants to be respected and deserves to be respected. But you can't do it, get it, have it, want it, project it, or show it when the cycle of not forgiving yourself, burdened with guilt, with shame, standing in front of the mirror saying that you've got too many jiggly bits or too many wonky bits, or your nose or your eyes or your cheeks or your lashes, or listen, nothing wrong with enhancing your looks. I've done it. It's like, oh yeah, I like this, makes a difference, makes a change. It's light, not because I felt like there was something wrong with me or wrong with the way I looked. I just felt like, ooh, I would feel better if this were different. Not, I want to look like this or experience that because somebody else did. Comparison's the thief of joy. All right. How do you connect with somebody who's passed over? That's easy. You find something happy, grateful, loving, kind, caring, whatever that is. It could be a photograph. It could be a gift. It could be a memento of that person that contains in itself the feeling, the energy, the essence of these things. Love, compassion, something with an intention of goodness, something with an intention of hope, and all of that. You find whatever that is. Even if you were to draw their name on a piece of paper and colour in things that you liked about them, wanted to remember them by, all those things, and you hold that issue, that thing, that energy, that vibration close to you, being close to you, think about it, focus on it, concentrate on it. And we're getting to the point where we've got to get to meditation. When you bring that energy close to you, when you bring that person close to you, they're right there. The challenge for most of us in a physical form is, because this is all new, because this kind of work is new, we don't get it, we don't understand it, we're not willing to do it. Well, the challenge is we've done it over and over and over again. We've done it for so many centuries, for time and time and time again. We've done this. But when we come to physical form, we're taught to leave that alone, not go there. That, my friends, has always been and will continue to be about control. People don't want you to see it, don't want you to look at it, don't want you to vibrate with it, don't want you to do all of that. Maybe for two reasons. One, you'll find out the truth, and the truth always sets us free. Two, you might be doing something that they're not able to do, or they don't want to do, or they haven't figured out how to do. And folks, if they can't figure out how you're doing what you do, they've got to somehow mess up what you're doing or try to convince you that what you're doing is wrong. If you feel in here it's not wrong, if you can lighten the burden of what's in here, two things happen. One, you've lifted, you've lightened, you've vibrated with a different energy that you're supposed to do. And two, you get to inspire other people to follow. Now, inspiration's different to telling somebody they should do this and they should do that. They should do whatever they want to do. It's not your business to tell someone else how to be. However, you can inspire them by how it has helped. That's what you share. This is what worked for me. Find what works for you. We get to share what we've learned if what we've learned has elevated, lifted, and improved. Share what you've learned that has elevated, lifted, and improved. And then give your permission, give somebody else's permission to do it. I do want to say one thing before we get to the message. This forgiveness. Many of you, I didn't share this publicly, but I had a little minor fender bender, not my issue, about a month or so ago. Car went through a light, wasn't paying attention, plonked into the back of a truck. The truck consequently came down the entrance of a shopping centre that I was trying to come out of, banked into me. $4,500 later, damage is fixed, I'm back on my way, got a rental car, life was good. Ding, 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 off we go. Well, now comes the actual fact that I was just sitting in my car with my frozen veggies in the back, having just come out the grocery store, minding my own business, not doing anything, and then whoa, I get cajoled and cajostled into the bushes, and a little corner of my lovely red ruby truck was just whoosh, crumpled. Anyway, yeah. So this week I learned that the person that created this little accident issue didn't have insurance. So, naturally, most everybody's gone there. Oh my goodness. It's time to blah, 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 go off and do that. And I did. I sunk into the pit of that. Upset, annoyed, I'm out, $500 deductible, I can't get it back, won't get it back, and here comes the insurance company saying, well, sorry, that's why you have an uninsured motorist. Okay. And then, other people that have experienced said, oh yeah, you're going to have an incident on your insurance thing. And all of these things were tumbling. So this morning, thank you, with all these cards, I'm reminded that the lighter, brighter, easier way is to drop it and move on. I started doing that yesterday afternoon, and amazingly enough, I felt much better when I began to say, you know what, I'm done with that. Let's get on with this and move forward. Because I just, that's the part of all of this that makes a difference. The blame and the shame and the guilt and the pointing fingers and the all that, I don't know who that helps. I don't know how it helps. Is it wrong? Well, it's wrong. The people who do these things are wrong. They know they're wrong, but I'm not. My job's not to police other people, not to write laws. I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I'm happy that I have what it is I can do, and blessed to have the insurance that took care of it. Because imagine if I didn't. I'd have to dig into some kind of money that I don't have. So all that to say, if you've got issues with people in this world, issues with things that happen to you, if you feel like, oof, something shouldn't happen, figure out a way to lift it, let it go and move on. Yeah, done. Time to read and then meditate. March 18th in our book. Where is it? I love this camera, but it has a hard time focusing. There we go. There you go. Heart connections. I went into the office at the lodge where I stayed in Sedona. I turned in my room key, then pulled out my camera and took a picture of Marianne. We had only known each other for 8 days, but I felt deeply connected to her. We had been through a series of experiences that I would probably say that would probably stay with me for life. They had changed my life. When we hugged and said goodbye, I told her not to cry, but she did anyway, so I did. Call me whenever you want, she said. I'll be there for you. I knew what she meant. She didn't mean for me to call her on the phone, although that was okay too. She meant for me to call on her in my heart, call on her in my spirit. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps now. For a long time, our conversations to people and places may have come from somewhere other than our heart. We may have been connected out of need, out of fear, unfinished business, or simply the unwillingness to leave, to know there was any other way to be connected. Or we may not have even felt particularly connected to the people around us. Now is a different time. It is time now to let your connections come from the heart. Oof. Open up, listen, don't. Does someone have something to say? Maybe only a sentence or two, that's just what you need to hear. As you're going through your day, does someone come to mind, someone you think about getting in touch with? Don't shrug off things you know and sense. Be open to your inner voice. Do what leads you to do. Love isn't bound by time or space when the connections come from the heart. Oof. So that really does tie right into all of this. Unburden yourself of heaviness. Lift up your heart, lift up your soul, lift up your voice, lift up your feelings, lift up your vibration, and let in the light. Good. Time to meditate. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Let all that go. It takes a while. Just like the camera to focus, it takes a while for your mind to settle down into your body and get still. Take your focus right now to the soles of your feet and to be mindful of where your feet are. You can lift them up, plop them back down, lift your heels, put them back down. It's just referencing you to the present moment of where you are. Let your palms face towards your heart, upwards. Move whatever limbs, joints, or energy, neck, back, low back, shoulders, that you need to release the stuck stiffness and I begin this connected meditation with a prayer, and you are welcome to follow along, listen and send it up from your heart, or repeat after me. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for coming. It's good to see you, it's good to feel you, and I am grateful to you for cutting the ties that bind me to people, places, situations, stories, and all other unnecessary rubbish and drama that I no longer want, I no longer need, and no longer serves my purpose. I declare that I am safe, I am free, and I'm grateful. Thank you. So it is, and so shall it be. Bring your hands over your heart. This prayer is for intention. Affirmation: I am the keeper of my mind and my body, Wherever love is, fear is a stranger, and love comes, lives, is within me. I am love, I am light, so it is and so shall it be. Bring your mind's focus to your heart. Within the depths of the tissues, within your heart chakra, is your internal flame. Up above you, beyond the planets, in the great stratosphere, up in the fathers of heaven, is your twin soul, your twin's flame and source energy. Allow source energy to send a beautiful golden light, or whatever color you see, down towards you, to surround you, to create a force field, energy field, that of a bubble, a mist, a vibration. Allow this lifted vibration to go beyond your skin, outward. This is your now intentional aura. The intention of your aura is to feel love, to be light. Allow it to fill you up and overflow. Think of your whole entire being as if it were a fountain, a waterfall of love, of light, of lifted vibration, shining out in every direction. So it is, and so shall it be. Now your devotional message. Bring your hands out with your palms facing the roof. Thank you, angels, for coming and reminding me of your presence. It is good to see you. It's good to feel you around. Thank you for showing me and revealing what I need to know. I am willing and open to listen and to receive and to share. So it is, and so shall it be. Using your breath and concentrating on your third eye center, that area right between your eyebrows. Imagine that you are sitting in a beautiful garden. Imagine that you can hear the birds singing. Feel the grass underneath. Your feet and your hands. Take a look at the flowers. Take it all in. Smell the sweet fragrance of spring against your skin. Up ahead of you, there's a slight hill. You can't see over the hill. It's just a hill. Not far. Look out towards the hill and focus. Begin to see the images of your loved ones that have passed over. They have come to visit with you and they've come to bring you messages. They're drawing closer. See them coming towards you, smiling brightly. See the image of these folks sitting in front of you. They are extending their arms towards you and their heart is open to you. Can't see great detail, don't worry. Just the idea that you have their essence, their energy. You know who they are. And you feel them. All of them. Doesn't matter if there's one in particular or more than one. They come and they visit with love. Please do thank them for visiting you. Please do share what you wish them to know. Do not feel sad. Dry your tears. Lift your heart. You are a gift. You are a miracle, and you are a gift to all these beautiful souls that now reside in heaven. You have allowed this gift for them to be able to contact you, to connect with you. Continue your breath. Allow the light see how you see it, vision how you vision it, it's yours. My name is Miriam. Imagine yourself lifting up, standing up. You may at this time invite your spirits, your angels, your friends, your loved ones from the other side to show you and share with you when and how you can get in touch with them. And it's okay to let them know that Mother Myriam came. I am one of the keepers of the light. A keeper that comes to work through this sort of channel once in a while. When all the cards line up, when all the spirit world lines up, when everything lines up, I feel the calling and I feel the vibration, and the vibration this morning was to come with this message, to bring energy of the loved ones for you, to you, in this form of meditation. Thank you so much, everybody, for paying attention. It has been my great pleasure to come. Now allow the imagine the image of your loved one to retreat down behind the hill. Bring your mind back to where you are sitting. I must go and I love you. Thank you. Connect with your breath. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Honor yourself, your meditational work, your intentions. Lift your thumb knuckles up between your eyebrows. And together we bow and say Namaste. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Wow. That was a bit random. I wasn't really expecting that to happen, but that's okay. It did happen, and I think in another video I'm going to explain that whole feeling and process of channeling, because I think most people feel like it is a bit weird, different, and yeah, I think I probably need to do a video on it, or a at least a Zoom talk, and bring everybody on so they can each chat about it. You know, on Sundays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time, I do a Soul Path Sunday, and I feel like if I can advertise it, and those of you out there that know how to get the word out to register, we can limit it to a certain amount of people so it doesn't run off. I think maybe I will do a series on, you know, the connection we have with the other side and spirit. And I'll share this and I'll let you go. As we were doing the prayer, inviting the angels to come in and seeing the light in your heart, mine was this morning was lilac and purple. So it was sort of, it started off coming in as this beautiful golden light usually to surround me, but then this morning it felt like I was in, well, it was just gorgeous. It was a very light lilac, yeah, purpley. So I knew when that was happening, as I'm sharing with you guys what your aura was and your energy center, that something was different. Saint Germain works with the violet flame, as does the Archangel Metatron, as does Sandalphon. All of them work with violet flame. So let me just quickly explain violet flame. When you see the violet flame, you feel the violet flame, it's the crown chakra, it's the top chakra, it's the connection to, you know, all things unseen, metaphysical, if you will, the light and the guide, that kind of stuff. Just look up the violet flame and you'll get what that is. If you see it, if you feel it, if you're surrounded by the idea that a violet's lavender, you know the smell of lavender, you know the color of lavender, it's all healing and soothing. So All that to say, I'm now going to research Mother Myriam because that was a new spirit guide to me, and I want to get clear as to whether Mother Myriam wants to come and do more because I like the feeling of that energy. Listen, I love you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.